So with many changes expected in the MCU from this point on and the future, Captain Marvel's origin seems to be a pretty important one that's going to get significant changes. So let's talk about this. So, Captain Marvel's origin, in layman's terms, let's talk about Green Lantern. You could see the confusion there, because that's already been done and it was a hardcore failure, so you don't want to repeat that. And the basis of Captain Marvel seems to be that we're not getting a traditional origin story. When the movie starts, they already said, she's Captain Marvel. We're not getting that whole build-up, but it seems to be dealt with flashbacks of how she got her powers. And recently, in two specific runs, one happened I think about a year ago, and the current life of Captain Marvel, it's different iterations of the origin. They're definitely playing around with how they want her to be presented. And as I've always said, look at the comics in the last 5 years before a character's movie shows up to see how they're going to do it, how they're going to handle the suit, the characters, the interactions, the personality. And just by that, the virtue of that existence, if you look at Captain Marvel and what they've done with her, you kind of paint a picture of how she's going to be in the MCU. Now, granted, it's not going to be 100%. If they change how she got her powers, that's probably gonna happen. I mean, before people get angry, Captain America was changed to a big degree, and even how he was found. He was never on a rocket punching it and then crashed in the ice. Hence the Incredible Hulk deleted scene where he was on top of it and it looks like the rocket underneath him. That was completely scrubbed. They changed how he was unfrozen. The Hulk, once again, they didn't do the gamma bomb or anything. They used the TV version for Edward Norton, which Mark Ruffalo carries on. There's a lot of changes that are made, but these are accepted because they handled the character, I guess, at their more core and basic properly, which is, I think, the important part. So Captain Marvel, they could honestly change pretty much every element of her origin, which it sounds like they're gonna do. But in the long run, does that matter if the character ends up being the same character you know from the comics? Is she still a little rash? Does she still jump into action? Does she still think she's more powerful than everybody and should have her voice heard about above everybody else? Yeah, it looks like she's going to. So in the end, you're going to get the same character with a different origin. And if the origin has to be changed or adapted for a new medium, then isn't that just another alternate take on a comic? Much like the Ultimates, much like any other universe we've gotten, it's more or less expected at this point in time and age of comic book movies. And honestly, I think Carol is a character that, no offense to anybody, I know there's a lot of big fans of her, but let's be real. She's been Captain Marvel for, like, what, 6 years? Since Avengers vs. X-Men? And she was Miss Marvel before that. And how many hardcore fans does she really have that if you change her origins or element of it, they're going to get upset? Because these are the same fans that have accepted Iron Man and Hulk and Captain and the entire Guardians being 100% changed from the comics. Yet no one complains because you have a good, solid film. So honestly, I'm 100% okay with it. But you guys, if you have some arguments against it, let me know in the comments below because I'm pretty sure it'll be interesting.